there's a lot of mystical stuff in martial arts, especially Chinese martial arts. People get very mystical and philosophical about it. I don't want to go too far down that path, but I would say people talk about the division between internal and external martial arts. And the division or the explanation that I like the best is not that internal martial arts are about being better at circulating the invisible energy in your body, but they're more about moving from the inside of your body to drive the outside of the body, as opposed to being an external martial art where you drive the outside of the body with little involvement of the inside. That's the explanation that I've heard that makes the most sense to me, because when I see people who are internal martial arts players, they're usually doing a better job, like Tai Chi, let's say, of when they move, they're moving from the core and the arms are along for the ride and they're doing part of the work. But really my arms in that case are going like this. My arms aren't going like doing a lot of stuff. My arms are basically an extension of the internal part of my body rotating, leaning, and sinking. Does that make sense? I hope it does, because in the Five Ancestors, I'm really trying to teach you that body coordination. That means you're and I don't usually call our arts internal, even though White Eyebrow does. But I think it's important, because when I see maybe I'll catch hate for this. When I see somebody that I think is an immature martial artist, what I see is movement from the extremities. I don't see a lot of ground reaction force, connection between the hips and the shoulders and the knees and the elbows and those kinds of things. But that's what I want to make sure you guys do develop, because it is a part of this art. And it's a part of a lot of arts. And I think it really is a part of maturity, whether you study Northern Shaolin, Bagua, Goju, or Five Ancestors. I really think that the mark of somebody who's developed good body awareness and a good engine, the engine's going to have some details that are different. But the reality is, if you rely on these really small muscles against somebody who's willing to bully me, then they probably got a lot better attributes than I do. And I need to be studying really well leverage and timing and lots of things to stack the odds in my favor. So again, I just think from an internal perspective, or the labeling of things as internal versus external, just remember, you can think about this as internal means if I do something with my hand, and then even that, I might need to use my body to open them up. And if I use my body to open them up, then I've got a hip that's available for striking here as well. So if I'm going to do this, I might as well do this to add more power to it. And if I'm going to do this, then I shouldn't waste this opportunity. Does that make sense? The idea is to think from the core to the extremities and not be too fixated on the leaves or the skin, right? Think more about the roots and the trunk, to mix a bunch of metaphors.